Welcome back, everyone. Today we'll be talking about the 5th chapter of Choujin X by Sui Ishida. Now, in my opinion, this is the weakest of the 5 chapters we have so far. We learn some interesting things in this chapter and get an interesting setup for the beginning of chapter 6, whenever that comes out. The chapter opens up with Johnny Takayama, who is the masked man we see in chapters 1 and 3, talking to the snake Choujin we met last chapter, who is named Nari. It seems that Nari is a hitman who Johnny hired to investigate Tokyo and to nab him depending on his abilities. We then cut back to Nari spitting Tokyo out, and then Tokyo makes a mad dash to the door, terrified by the fact that Nari is a snake Choujin. Nari then catches Tokyo, and we learn that the tingle he felt in the last chapter appears when Choujins use their powers. The tingle is a distinct signal that other nearby Choujins can pick up on, so Nari released her own signal to test whether Tokyo was a Choujin or not. Nari then says she wants to test Tokyo. After he asks what she wants from him, she then says she wants to see his Choujin powers and that he will try to evade her. If she catches him 3 times, then the test is over, he fails, and he is killed. Now we are on to the worst part of this chapter, and this is why I think this is the weakest chapter so far in the story. The test is 3 rounds and is 10 seconds each round. Tokyo is caught easily, and we get a cool snake fact, being that the Black Mamba can move 16 kilometers an hour. The second round starts and we go into a flashback, an event called Sports Day at Tokyo's elementary school. Tokyo is in last place and is being shit on. As he is crying, he hands the stick to Azuma. Azuma takes the stick and then dashes, making Tokyo's class first place. As the class celebrates Azuma's win, he reaches for Tokyo's hand to comfort him. At that moment, the flashback ends as we see that Nari has caught Tokyo, therefore ending the second round. Nari then questions if Tokyo is underestimating her, which clearly isn't the case, and if he is even taking the test seriously, so she then poisons him. She reveals that in 30 seconds, all of Tokyo's limbs will be paralyzed, and that in an hour, he will be a goner, or in other terms, he will be dead. Now, with that part out of the way, the chapter starts picking up again with the tension rising. The third round starts, and not even 3 seconds in, Tokyo is thinking that he is in a no-win situation, and then he trips. He starts laughing and yells, "I can't anymore! Someone, please help!" Nari is then disappointed, saying that he lacks strength, ingenuity, and mutability. Lastly, she is disappointed that he lacks a sense of responsibility for his own life, and that he's just ordinary, and also revealing that he's failed the test. Nari then turns around and we see a smoke cloud with Ellie in the middle, falling and then landing on Tokyo staring at him. Thus, they meet each other for the first time, setting up the first big arc in the series. At least I hope so. Now, I have to say that this chapter wasn't that good. Nari was chasing Tokyo for most of the chapter, and he ended up yelling for help and accepting death in the last round of the test. The best parts of this chapter were the beginning, where we learned a bit about Nari's character and set up the test. In the end, when Tokyo breaks down and meets Ellie for the first time. I have to say I am excited to see where the next chapter goes, seeing as the 2 main characters most likely have finally met. I hope we see Tokyo and Ellie learning about their powers in the next chapter because I'm really curious. Also, Nari will probably report back to Johnny saying that Tokyo is just ordinary, while also talking to him about Ellie falling from a smoke cloud. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. I would appreciate it if you liked, subscribed, shared, and left any criticisms you have for me or this channel in the comments section. As always, peace out, and I'll see you in the next one.